Hey losers, how you doing? Welcome back to TrevorIsALoser.com. How are you doing on your weight journeys? We're trying to get fit, be healthier, get rid of some fat. That's what we're trying to do here. And today's vlog subject is going to be fat. Now, as we've got a little community going on here, and we are helping each other out, and we are encouraging each other, and we are visiting each other's blogs and watching each other's videos and encouraging each other and just trying to even, supporting each other through this mind game that is weight loss. It's actually fat loss, because what we're talking about today is concentrating on fat loss. And I'm hearing reports of you out there, some of you that are not losing as much weight as you want to, or you might be you have a gain week, and which is really normal at a gain week. It happens. But are you losing the fat? Now, if you're out there doing a really big or you're doing a lot of working out, like if you're doing a boot camp, something where you are killing it in the gym, it's important that you use a tape measure. And I know some of you have been doing that, and even though some of you have been disappointed on stepping on the scale the number of the scale, but then there's a few of you that have been using this thing right here, tape measure, and you've been very happy with the results. And that's because it's about fat loss, and it's not just weight loss. It's more about fat loss. So you guys have heard, muscle weighs more than fat, right? Well, when you got two things of the same amount of volume, right? Fat takes up more space. A pound of fat takes up more space than a pound of muscle. So as you are losing fat and you're working out a lot and gaining muscle, you don't have to gain as much muscle as to weigh, or for it to weigh as much or weigh more than how much fat you lose. Okay, I know this might be kind of complicated. I'm really going to try to make sure that you can I say this clearly. Okay, all right. So let's say my official Major League Baseball got at a game. Someone else caught it. A friend of mine caught it and gave it to me, because it's my birthday. So I never caught a ball at a game. So this is a muscle. This is our muscle, and so I want you to concentrate on the size, the mass of it. Okay, we're not really going to do the weight right now. We're talking about the mass now. To be able to equal this in fat, as far as the weight goes, even a softball would actually be too small. So even though these would weigh the same, and this is bigger, this is actually still not very good. I did the measurements and everything. So let's just say this is a pound of muscle. Okay, let's just say it's a pound of muscle. All right, that wouldn't be sufficient for a pound of fat. So when it got me, I had some of my official China-made official league baseballs, right? Okay, all right. By what I could figure out online and doing my search for my sources, it seemed like the typical answer to the ratio was this would be a pound of fat. So a 3-to-1 ratio seemed to be what I could gather. Now I could be wrong, but it was kind of tough to find it. But if this weighs 1 pound of muscle, this is 1 pound of fat. So you see how much more space that takes up? It takes up more space than this, but yet their weight is the same. So if you gain a little bit of muscle and you lose a lot of fat, on the scale you may not have a difference on the scale, even though you've lost the fat, but you've gained a little bit of muscle. Because we're trying to lose the fat. That's really what we're trying to do, is lose the fat. That was awesome, wasn't it? So there's that visual. So that's why we are encouraging you to measure yourself, because you'll lose the fat in the fatty areas, and you'll gain muscle in the muscle areas. And as your stomach and your waist and fat gathers on your thighs or your arms, as that you start to lose the fat, you'll show a difference. Now, I've been shown or read that here's the measurements you take. Take it around your bicep, right there in the middle, okay, on each arm. And then you take it horizontal at your navel or your belly button, okay? Take that measurement. And then you take your hips, the widest part of your legs or your hips. So it'd be like around your butt and your thighs, kind of thing. And you take all the measurements and just add them together. And so when you do your weigh in, measure yourself and see what the difference is. So, mass-wise, muscle does weigh more than fat. So, that should help you. The scale does not tell everything. It tells something, but it does not tell everything. So, just remember, I want you to put this in your head, especially if you're working out a lot, that you don't have to gain a whole lot to weigh a pound. You can lose a lot and lose a pound. You have to gain a lot to do a pound. So, there's your visual. I want you to think baseball. Baseball's right around the corner. I'm excited. So, alright? One more visual for you on that. Alright, so that means, so I got these weights right here. Like this, okay? Alright. So, this is one baseball. Sorry. This is not one baseball. Anyway, this is muscle. How much heavier muscle is than fat. Alright, it's a reverse idea here. Is that, let's say we had the same amount, mass, of muscle and fat. This is how much more the muscle would weigh than the fat. So, again, another visual for you. Anyway, won't carry this on anymore. This is, I've probably gone on and overdone this. But we say that so you know the real results of what you're doing and not just what the scale says. Because don't get discouraged. Because when we're playing this mind game of losing weight or losing fat, it's easy for us to get depressed, and some of us out there have gained weight because you eat when you're depressed or something like that. And the idea is not to get depressed, but to take the proper measurements, measure everything, weight, measurements around your arms and your waist and such, and get the full story on how you're doing. So go do that. Next week I have a DEXA scan scheduled, and I will be going in and getting an accurate body fat composition measurement, and I definitely will be sharing that when I do that. So I'm excited, and so I want to do that next week, and then I want to do it again like another 60 days, because we're trying to lose fat, not just lose weight. We're trying to lose the fat. So anyway, you guys have a good day, and go measure yourselves. Peace.